Hello, my name's Steve Barrett. I'm the Editor-in-Chief of PR Week. Welcome to our latest video, and I'm delighted to be joined by Gary Rudnick. Gary is the newly appointed President of the Americas of GolinHarris. Gary, welcome. And congratulations on your new role. That's one of a number of new senior changes at GolinHarris. Do you want to talk us through those and tell us what the thinking is behind them?
Sure. As you know, we've recently restructured our agency and done that in light of the changes that are going on in our business. The role that I'm taking is President of the Americas, which will include the United States, Canada, and our operations in Latin America. Matt Neal and John Hughes, who currently lead our European operations, are going to expand into Presidents of International. And we're going to be working closely with our management team to bring that agency of the future, our G4 model, to life, in addition to managing our operations in each one of those locations.
Okay. It's been billed as now being one of the youngest management teams in the business. Does that mean Fred Cook's retiring?
No, Fred's very young. I'm assuming that the lack of gray hair is probably why Fred has billed it that way. But we are a younger, aggressive team, Matt, John, and myself, and I think our experience, obviously, each of us have been in the business for 20 plus years, but we bring an energy, I hope, that will take our agency to the next level and is consistent with the agency for the future model that we've talked about in our restructure.
Sure. And so Fred's still involved as president.
Fred is the CEO, and I'll be President of the Americas, Matt John International. We'll report into him along with an executive management team that includes our vice chairman and a number of other folks on our team.
And Al Golin is still actively involved in the business.
Absolutely. He's there every day, except for a few weeks in the winter, which you can't really blame him.
No, I'd have a bit of time off at his age as well. But, okay, well, tell us about how it's going to pan out. You've had a couple of months now under this new structure. Just remind us quickly what that involved. There were a number of elements to it, and then what your plans are for presumably implementing that over the next 12 months.
Sure, it's been a major change for our agency, and something that, as we looked at the changes that are going on in our industry, we decided it was the perfect time to make these changes. We're coming from a position of strength. We've never been doing better from a business standpoint, from the client work that we're doing, from the accolades that we get from the industry, but we felt that in order to compete in the future, which is not only against public relations firms, it's also against advertising agencies, media companies, event marketing firms, boutiques in digital, that we needed to make changes that were taking us from an older model, a more traditional model of generalists in the PR business, into specialists. And we've broken into 4 communities: strategists, creators, connectors, and catalysts, each playing a very specific role as part of the broader team. Those changes are not immediate. We've obviously launched our restructuring, but it's going to take a long time, perhaps as long as a year, for it to be fully functional. What we've been doing in the short term is focusing on making sure folks are in the right communities first and foremost, based on their interests, based on their passions, based on their skill sets, where they best fit. And we've completed that process at this point. We're also very focused on our training modules, which, if we're going to expect our teams to move from being largely generalist into specialists, we have to equip them with the knowledge and information and technology in order to further develop that specialty that they may have. We are about to launch a large-scale training program in October that will bring 100 people to our Chicago headquarter office, where we'll begin those specific training modules for each one of those communities. So right now, the focus is on the foundational elements. We're also obviously looking at each one of our client relationships and determining where it is today, where it needs to be in the future based on those clients' needs, and the structure of our team and how that looks, and what hires need to be made, either by expansion of business or attrition or shifting of team members, and what investments we need to make so that this model is more than simply an announcement from a structural, cosmetic standpoint, and is something that's going to pay off for our clients.
So tell me what the biggest challenges have been so far, and how's it gone down internally with people who've all got different job titles now? You know, the old traditional PR job titles have gone. How's that all gone down, and also how's it gone down with your clients?
Well, I think the good news on the job titles in our business, and no offense to our business, I've been in it for a long time, our job titles really haven't meant much. They haven't said exactly what people are doing. So
more just a ladder to know where you were.
It's been a very hierarchical model, and that certainly served our business well, but by the same token, it doesn't say what we do, and our clients are expecting to know what value you're bringing to the table, no matter what level you may be at. So we've eliminated a lot of those excess layers, and had people's titles focused on what their area of expertise is specifically. So I think people are welcoming that. There's obviously some degree of trepidation because it's something new, but as we talk more about it with our employees, they feel good about it. The conversations that we've had in the assessment process have been really rewarding on all fronts. Our people have said that it's the first time in some time that they've really had a deep conversation about what they enjoy doing and what they want to do in the future. Very often in our industry, once you become very skilled at a particular area, you then graduate from it. So the person who's a great media person, ultimately we move that person into a different role because they've proven their capability there. Our goal is to have career paths on a variety of different levels. From a client standpoint, hugely positive, to the point where some of our clients have actually asked us to talk to their broader teams because they're considering changes similar, focusing their communications teams and structuring them in a way that's around own, pay, earn, etc.
Okay. And finally, what's the most surprising thing that's come out of all this for you? You can't predict everything when you do all this planning until you actually put it into process. What's the most surprising thing that you found?
Ironically, for a public relations firm, it's the attention that we've gotten for it. Obviously, we announced that we were doing this, so we wanted people to be aware of it. But the feedback from a media standpoint has been dramatic. The amount of interest that there is. Obviously, there are skeptics, and there always will be. Sure. And if somebody else was doing something like this, then we would be skeptical as well. But the fact that people are talking about this validates it in so many ways for us. I think an interesting instance that occurred was a professor from a well-known university called Fred and asked whether they should be dictating their curriculum in the future based on these changes because they want to make sure that their public relations students are aligned with the direction of agencies in the future. And that was really surprising and rewarding, and again telling us that we're onto something great here, and what we need to do is make it actionable versus simply being asked what to do. But it's been very surprising the amount of attention and the depth of conversation that's occurred.
All right, well, it'll be interesting to see if any other firms follow in your footsteps and put similar things in place. But good luck with all that development over the next 12 months, and congratulations on your new role.
Thanks very much.